I told you that boxing in Nigeria, before independence, had produced world champions. You can go on with the names and you'll be like, wow, there was DK to Tiger, there was Hogan K. Bassi, there was Obisi and Wakpa. Boxing legends, Jerry Okorodudu, Joe Lasisi. This country has produced names in boxing, but in recent times, our boxers went to Cameroon and they struggled to even qualify for the Olympics. What's going on? Where did the country go to sleep as regards boxing? We just can't keep going on and on with the problems. What's the way out? How can we revive boxing in Nigeria? That's what we're about to talk about. I want you to be part of this conversation. Very, very important. Be part of nation building. Are you a boxing promoter? Are you a boxing fuller? Are you a boxer? A boxing coach? Let's all come together and revive boxing in Nigeria. On Twitter, channels_sports, and on Facebook with channels like Facebook. We're now being joined by a boxing promoter, Bamidele Johnson. He's doing his own part to ensure that the glory days are brought back. Together, we shall be talking about boxing in Nigeria. Mr. Bamidele Johnson, good to have you on Sports this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
I'm sure when I was reading out the names, I took you back and you're saying, how can we get back to those days? And that's what I'm trying to. How can we get back to those days?
Well, the effort to get boxing to return to its days of glory are already in progress in the shape of the GoTV Boxing Night, which is in its 7th edition. And that 7th edition holds at the Indoor Sports Hall of the National Stadium on the 1st of May, which is 2 days from now. Basically, what we have done is to invest a lot more organization and funding into the initiative, because principally the boxing became ill because of a conspiracy between poor organization and poor funding. And we've tried to remedy this, and we are getting results. Boxers are getting fights. Boxers are getting fights on a regular basis.
That's right.
Yeah, and they are getting considerably better remunerated than before. Now they earn about 10 times more than what they used to earn. And outside of that fact, there is also a 1 million naira cash prize for the best boxer of the tournament. So that has given some encouragement to boxers, and also those involved in boxing related activities, coaches, belt makers, ring makers, those who put rings together. Anybody involved is also getting in on the act. So some revival is going on, and it's going on very well and very quickly too.
Okay, let's still stay with these boxing nights. I know it's for professional boxers. Yeah. Most of the boxing competitions that we have representatives in the country, they're amateur boxers. Yes. So why are you guys not looking towards that?
Well, in February, because we also realized that to keep using the same set of boxers for every edition of the event will mean that there will be some sterility. And then we decided that we needed to look at those ones who are not yet professionals. So we organized a next-gen search, and we got boxers from all over the country, about 100. And of this lot, 28 were picked that were judged to be good. They were they sparred under the supervision of some of our best coaches, Obisi Anwakpa, Okorodudu, and Joe Mensah, who assessed them and felt that they were good enough to proceed to the professional ranks. We did that in partnership with the Lagos Boxing Hall of Fame. So it's not as if we are completely ignoring the amateur cadre, because for everything you need a succession plan, and that is our own succession plan. These ones who already have big names like Joe Boy, Nuruddin, who are going to be involved in the headline bout on Sunday. Someday they will drift away on account of old age or some other thing. So we need to have a plan in place to replace whoever is going out.
Okay, you said 28 were discovered, amateur boxers, but they turning pro. Yeah. So does that mean there's no plan to actually have a stage a competition night, a fight night for amateur boxers themselves?
Well, what we do is professional boxing. Some other people do amateur boxing. But our involvement is at the level of getting them to turn pro. And those who turn pro after the next gen start, their licenses were paid for. So that is how we are getting involved at the amateur level.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't take everything all at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all about the competition. Now, I'm looking at the fact that it's been held like monthly, right?
It's not a monthly thing.
Okay.
It's more like a quarterly thing.
Quarterly.
Yes.
Now, before that time, most of the boxers involved in it, do you guys do a follow-up on them?
Of course, yes.
Okay, how do you do that?
We have people who manage them from our stable. They get in touch with them, find out what they need in terms of maybe money, in terms of equipment and all that, and ensure that they are trained and conduct themselves very well. In any case, we also conduct seminars for them. Since they've chosen to be professional boxers, we figure that the best we can do for them is to ensure that we put them on the right track so they don't go off. So we monitor them and ensure that they train well, they feed well, have the equipment required for them to do their job.
You're talking about equipment. We know most people have been talking about the national boxing gym and the national stadium and all of that. Is that where they used? That's the facilities they used to train, or is there another one that has been provided for them?
No, we haven't provided a gym.
Okay.
It's something that we've also thought about, but you also know that it takes some sizable investment to get that going. But it's something we may do at the end of the day, but we haven't done so. So they use other facilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So strictly you're into boxing promotion. That's all you do.
Well, we do a number of other things, but
Mainly boxing
promotion, yes.
Okay.
Mr. Bamidele, tell me, how do you guys intend to work with the Nigeria Boxing Federation so that some of your boxers that come out of the fighting night can actually be useful to the country?
Well, if they approach us and we discuss and we agree, I don't think we will have any opposition to anything that will continue to make the sport grow, because the aspiration is actually to grow the sport and grow it very well. You know, he was down and almost dead.
Yes.
So now that it's back on his feet, whatever assistance we can give again to make it rise, we definitely will.
And when you wait and the federation is not coming, what's wrong with going to them and say, look, we want Joe Boy, and we think, that's another Joe assist in the making. You just, proper, give advice, and then you've done your part.
Well, we relate very well with the Nigeria Boxing Board of Control, which is does the professional end of the thing. And I think that there isn't, maybe we haven't grown up to a point that we think we need to be doing that or something. They haven't come to us, we haven't gone to them. It's not because of any dispute or some ill feeling. It's just that it hasn't happened.
Okay. So in the meantime, the focus is actually trying to promote boxers and see how they can get better remuneration. You talked about that, 1 million for, the best boxer of the tournament.
That's not the main focus. The main focus is to get the sport to develop. The main focus is to get it to develop in a way that Nigeria can produce a clutch of sub-regional champions, continental champions, Commonwealth champions, and ultimately world champions.
Now, how many African countries are involved in this one? Is it not just Nigeria, no?
Well, we've been bringing boxers from other African countries. At the last edition, there was an Ugandan who came to fight for the continental title and fought against the Nigerian and defeated the Nigerian. So we've been bringing boxers. He came from Uganda. We've brought people from the Republic of Benin. We brought people from Ghana. So, and as we progress, we hope to bring people from even other continents.
Okay, not just Africa alone.
Yes.
So the focus is more like wide.
Yes.
Okay.
Aside the fight, what other experience can I get when I come to the boxing night?
Oh, a lot. It's actually a cross between entertainment and sports.
Okay.
Las Vegas style entertainment.
Seriously?
Las Vegas style in Lagos.
We have boxers coming to the ring like Charles Martin.
Las Vegas style entertainment.
Yeah.
You are assured of that. You are assured of that. You are going to have in the venue 2 20-feet TV screens. because we are also going to offer free football viewing for fans so that they can watch football and then move into the boxing event when it starts. So it's a 2-in-1. You have a variety of elements that are related to entertainment. Of course, you get sport, which is boxing.
Let's just go to Twitter before we let you go. Let's let you answer some questions from our followers on Twitter. Chibuzo on Twitter is Buzuzu7. He says, how can we raise boxing champions when we do not have quality gyms easily accessible to boxers? He says, go to places like Munshi where we have raw talent, and how about locating boxing gyms where you select the talent also? So he's saying it goes beyond the fight night.
Yes, it does, but you know, the process is an incremental one. I explained that earlier because it's not that you start and then boom, you don't jump from 1 to 10. No. If you jump from 1 to 4, you've made progress. Then from 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10. So we are doing it, and we never even believed that it was going to really catch on. Every edition of this event has been very, very well attended, very well attended, which suggests that there is interest domestically in the sport, which wasn't obvious when it went down. So it's an incremental thing. It's not we put everything together at once and then we fly. No.
Okay. So you said you've been doing this for a while now. It's the 7th edition.
Yes, since November 2014.
Okay, yes. So far, have you managed to produce any top echelon boxer in the world?
Not
from your
the world. No.
Not world level yet?
No.
Okay.
But locally, I have a suspicion that you probably didn't know of anyone called Fijabi before this event began.
But you know about him now?
You know about him now?
No, but Fijabi has always been a good boxer from the Lagos State.
Good. Maybe because you are a sports journalist, you probably knew him. Elsewhere, people didn't know him. People didn't know him. Joe Boy, you probably didn't hear of. So many other scorers you didn't hear of. But now they are local superstars.
Okay, my question is what are the chances of this Fijabis and the scorers? What are the chances of them actually going on to dominate at what level?
If they get exposure and get encouragement, and that exposure is being provided gradually. If they get because you need exposure. If you only fight locally and all that, you are just going to be accustomed to the standards in your place. And if those standards are not of a particularly high variety, you could just persuade yourself that you are such a fantastic boxer, and then you go out and meet some guy from Ghana and he deals with you
in 2 rounds.
In 2 rounds. So they are going to get exposed as we go along, and with that exposure and encouragement, they are also going to develop more.
That's right.
So
that's
good enough talent.
Yes, yes, definitely.
More development. Thank you so much, Mr. Bamidele Johnson, for coming out. Well done with your job in developing boxing. Stop bringing boxers here that will beat our boxers. Okay, that's Mr. Bamidele Johnson. He's a boxing promoter. It's all about a GoTV boxing night, and they're getting ready for the 7th edition. You're a fan of boxing Nigeria. You should also make us some time, go to the National Stadium and watch some good boxing fights. So you get to know some of the guys that are upcoming. Maybe someday we'll have a boxer that will tell Tyson Fury, hey, I can beat you. It can happen.